Hi everyone, I want to read from 2 Corinthians chapter 1. This is from verse 8, just verses that I was drawn to this morning. Paul writes to the Corinthians who are afflicted and reminds them of his own afflictions. We do not want you to be unaware, brothers, of the affliction we experienced in Asia, for we were so utterly burdened beyond our strength that we despaired of life itself. Indeed, we felt that we had received the sentence of death. But that was to make us rely not on ourselves, but on God who raises the dead. They despised of life itself. They were at the end of their tether. They thought maybe this was their time. But Paul acknowledges that there was a purpose in this. God was using it for their good. He was causing them not to rely on their own strength, but to rely on His. And God, in His sovereignty, as a little we were thinking on Sunday about trials and being disciplined and trained, no pain, no gain. The afflictions in Asia probably, no doubt, were unbelieving people. Afflictions that were caused because of evil. And yet Paul seems to be acknowledging that God has a purpose in this. God can bring about good things out of evil. We see that throughout the Bible, don't we? And he's saying it's good for us to be in that situation so that we are reminded time and time again that God is the one who will sustain us. God is the one who even raises the dead. He goes on to say that He delivered us from such a deadly peril, and He will deliver us. On Him we have set our hope that He will deliver us again. You also must help us by prayer, so that many will give thanks on our behalf for the blessing granted us through the prayers of many. So because of what God has done and helped them in the past, He's confident that He will help them in the future. And of course, Paul knows that if he's to die, it is gain, because God raises the dead. And also here he said to the Corinthians, let me remind you that your prayers are not in vain. God does hear our prayer, and God does answer our prayer. And so he's encouraging the Corinthians to pray for him and the apostles, so that many, many others will give thanks to God for the blessings that come through them. A reminder for us to go on praying for those that are suffering, our persecuted brothers and sisters around the world, people that suffer for being a Christian in various ways, as well as the general suffering and trials that we go through in life. Let's pray for each other, that God will bless us through these times, strengthen our faith, and that other lives will be blessed because of the things that we learn through this time, because of the lives that we touch through our witness and through our work.